Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ranjit. I welcome you on this channel. Today I'm going to talk about something very interesting because many of your 10th and 12th grade students have the question how they can plan their timing such that they can finish the question paper in the appropriate time. Guys, you have been allotted 3 hours of the time, and since the question pattern has been changed by the CBSE, so how exactly you can plan the timing so that you can achieve all the questions in the stipulated time, and still you should have the buffered amount of time to reevaluate whatever the answers you have written it. So guys, let's talk about it now. So in this section, basically if you just open the question paper, you have been given the first 20 questions as the 1 marker for the 10th and the 12th graders. So guys, how much time you should typically allocate for the part A? So ideally you should allocate only 1 hour. You should not go beyond 1 hour for solving the part A question, because you have already first 16 questions as a 1 marker, and there is no point spending so much time, more than 2 to 3 minutes on the single question. If within the stipulated time of 2 to 3 minutes, if you are getting the answer, please write it down there, else move to the next question. You cannot fight with the time when you are attempting the question paper. Okay, so if these things is clear, from the question number 17 to the question number 20, you have been given the case study based questions. There can be chances that some of the case studies you may not be familiar, and some case studies you may be familiar. So you might have to spend couple of minutes extra to read the passage and answer the questions related to that. So you have a choice being given to you. So out of the 5 subparts, you are allowed to do only the 4 parts. So don't do all the 5 parts. My suggestion is that do only the 4 parts which you are very confident about it. So it's not about spending too much time on the one question there. So you spend substantial amount of time only to understand the case study and answer the 4 subparts in that, because there is a choice for it and you answer only the 4 parts of it. So there are typically 4 questions are given to it. So 4 into 4 subparts, it becomes 16 questions. So totally in the part A, you have a 32 questions given to you. So if we allocate 2 minutes for each question, average, it comes around 32 minutes. So part A, you are going to spend around 32 minutes, but this will not be the thumb rule. So I suggest you guys, because 3 hours is given to you, so you spend around 1 hour, so that you are not in hurry and you are not going so slow also. So allocate properly time. 1 hour is sufficient enough to monitor that your part A is completely done. Because guys, you need to have you have to monitor your timings appropriately, because less than 1 hour is also little fast. If more than 1 hour is more slower. Okay, so maintain that time. Even if you are able to finish between 45 minutes to 1 hour, it's well ahead. Then you can move to the part B. So basically when you move to the part B, so you have from 21 question to the 27th one, you are given the 2 marker questions. So 2 marker questions is what typically you need to spend around 2 minutes in each question. So average, I'm just telling about the average. It doesn't have to be exactly 2 minutes you have to monitor, but just as a thumb rule, I'm just telling you that you can monitor your things. So part 1, so 21 to 27 is for the 2 markers, and 21 to 26 is the 2 marker, and 27 to the 33 question is on the 3 markers. So basically again you can plot 1 hour. You can divide your time such that you can spend around 1 hour in doing the question number 21 to question number 33. Again, point to be noted that if by any chance any proving questions are there and you are not getting the answer, don't spend too much time. Immediately notice that 1 hour, even with the time allocated, if for maximum you can spend the time on one question is of 5 minutes. If it goes beyond that, it should trigger you that you have to move to the next question, and later you can always come back to that question to solve it. But remember, because you cannot solve once you are not getting the answer, you cannot solve the same question with the same mindset which you are trying to do, because that's the way you are not getting the answer. So move to the next question. So my suggestion is don't spend beyond the 5 minutes on one question. Okay, so if you're not getting it, just leave it there. Don't take it on the ego that you have to solve it and then move to the next question. So there is no, no competition being thrown on you. So please move to the next section. So because 3 questions, the 5 markers are the last questions. So there you also have to spend some time, because time allocated for you is 7 minutes each question. 7 3s are 21. So 21 minutes typically has to be given for those 3 questions. If you are able to do within that stipulated time, it's absolutely great. So even if you if you calculate basically 2.5 hours, if it goes plus minus 15 minutes, still you should be able to solve in 2 hours 45 minutes at a max. So I want you guys to finish your question paper in such a way such that 2.5 hours or 2.5 to 2 hours 45 minutes is being utilized for answering all the questions. So, and after that you still left with 15 minutes buffer time. So 15 minutes, what you're planning to do in that 15 minutes, I want you to reevaluate the answers. Reevaluation of the answer is that, meaning that any question by chance there can be possibility that you had overlooked some of the questions and you had not attempted it. So basically I want to first you to verify whether all the questions have been answered perfectly in the sequence how you have attempted it. So follow this part, and rest after that you see just glance through the answer sheet what you have written answers, and just if you have some time, please go through some steps also which you have taken to solve the answer. So basically you will be not biased, because that time you need to be careful, because once glance you done, there is a chances that you can overlook the things, but still you have 15 minutes buffer time which can actually go in reviewing the things, whatever the answers you have written. So follow this process, because this process is very simple. In the simplified manner, if you just follow it, you will be able to complete all the questions on time, and it should be very effective also, because you have already prepared well enough and you don't want your preparation to go waste only in the single question or the 2 questions which you have taken the ego and then you want to solve it that time only. So basically when you're attempting the question paper, you should always see that your fight is not against the question, your fight is always against the time, because time matters there is most important, because you are evaluated, you are judged based on your timings. So plan your times accordingly, always ensure how much time you're spending and measure the time, because once you measure it you can actually do much better in that case. So I hope this makes sense to you guys, and if you really understood whatever I told you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel, and let's meet up in the next video.